Imagine if you could gather the energy from energy star within 100 million light years, from thousands of galaxies, each with billions of stars. Imagine if you could take this kind of power, imagine the damage you could do. It turns out you don't need to imagine it. This exists, and they are called gamma ray bursts. What happens if one takes a shot at Earth? What is gamma rays? Gamma rays are electromagnetic radiation waves which carry energy just like visible light.
Visible light is a tiny part of electromagnetic spectrum that your eyes can see. Is radio wave, microwave, infrared, visible light, and high energy is UV, X-ray, and gamma ray.
A single gamma ray photon is more powerful than a million of visible photons combined together.
The high energy of gamma ray makes it energetic enough to perform ionizing radiation. That means it can break the bond of electron. Them dangerous to human being. Ionizing radiation disrupts the delicate biochemical machinery that keep us alive.
Radiation exposure. X-ray ionize human tissue and deposit energy that can cause harmful change within the body. There is a cancer risk from X-ray. The dose of radiation is cumulative. X-rays are considered for carcinogen list. The government is attempting to avoid the use of unnecessary CT scans and X-ray to avoid unnecessary exposure radiation. Doctors need to pay close attention to the risks involved the use of X-ray. The cancer risk associated with radiation exposure is documented in case of atomic bomb survivors. The risk for medical use is controversial and usually played down by physicians. Radiation at a high level is carcinogenic. The level of radiation from X-ray exposure is low. The effect of low-level radiation is not known. What is the safe radiation level? The safe level is not known.
It is not known. It is known that CT scan, fluoroscopy, mammography, and X-ray expose the public to a high level of radiation, especially in young females. Optimize radiation dose by exposing the patient only to enough radiation to get a clear image. There is a growing concern about the risk associated with giving a patient large dose of radiation. The use of CT scan has increased recently in adults and children, possibly exposing the patient to an unnecessarily high dose of radiation. CT scan is the method often used to diagnose cancer, disease, fracture, and it exposes the patient to a much larger dose of radiation than X-ray. Children are 10 times more sensitive to radiation than adults.
Children should not be given an adult radiation dose. The closer the extremity is to the radiation source, the higher the dose of radiation the patient receives. When the distance from the beam increases, the dose of radiation is less. Radiation intensity follows the inverse square law. It is all about a distance. Here are the unit of radiation. Radiation exposure with fluoroscopy. The first external sign of damage is seen as a skin burn. Studies suggest that people who use fluoroscopy extensively have a higher rate of cataracts. These are the early effects of radiation exposure. The theme exposure to radiation. That's all from us. Thank you for watching.